This is what we're working with here. We've got uncovered beds, a greenhouse, and then a basic low tunnel. And it looks like the low tunnel took a beating in the storm. We were out of town, but it looks like it took a beating, but it's still standing, so that's good. So we're gonna see how all of these did. Happy New Year's, gardeners. I'm filming this just before New Year's, but I want to tell you Happy New Year's, and I hope you had a good holiday season. And we had this, I guess they call it the Arctic blast. We basically had some bone chilling cold down here. I think it got down to 14 at my house. So I have not even checked on the garden since then. I've just waited for it to warm up a little bit because the plants need to rebound. But I want to check what's going on in my garden. And I also want to compare how the greenhouse did at the same time. So we're going to take a look, a little gander, and see what's going on out here. To recap the weather we had real quick, we got down to like somewhere, I don't know the outside temperatures, but I do know the indoor temperatures in the greenhouse. So we got down somewhere between 12 and 14 degrees, which is cold for our area. We don't really it's been about 5 years since we got close to that. And then continuously after that, it got cold, it froze, and it never got above freezing one day. And then now we're on the rebound, so it's gonna be like 50 today. It may just touch freezing, but last night it was in the 20s again. So these plants haven't really had a whole lot of time to rebound, but it's still kind of, we can see what is definitely gonna bite the dust. But by the end of the week, we're gonna be back in the 70s again. So like I've said, in North Carolina, zone 8A, is yo-yo season. It's up, down, up, down. So I think the lows this week are gonna be 70s in the day and 60s to 50s at night, which is good rebound weather for the garden. You pretty much see that there may be some decimation going on out here. This is the radish turnip bed, and like here's some turnips, and they're not looking too bad. They'll perk back up. But these radishes, they are not looking too hot. Yeah, these are toast. So we'll come back in and we'll harvest all of these. I mean, the root's fine. But, oh, check this one out. Split-a-rooney. That's all right, we'll eat it anyways. So we'll harvest all of that. And then these little champion radishes, they look like they're just gonna be fine. There's not really, they may perk up. There's definitely gonna be some damage, but it's not gonna be terrible. The Brussels sprouts, I mean, really? Can you even hurt a Brussels sprout? That's my question. It doesn't even look like it's been touched. That's crazy. But we've got, so down here, you can see, I don't know about the mustards. They may or may not come back. And I'm gonna show you how you can tell real quick. So see this inner leaf? It looks pretty good, but you see that this is dead. Like dead. So we'll come back and we'll trim these out. Actually, we're not even gonna come back. Well, yeah, we're gonna come back. And then if this inner leaf is good, which it feels firm, then it'll rebound. So that's good. This bed gets the earlier morning sun. The snow peas, I mean, living up to the name, minus the snow. They don't look too bad. This little patch of kohlrabi it doesn't look too terribly bad, to be honest. That's pretty amazing. I mean, you know, there's definitely some damage, don't get me wrong. But if we come over here to the broccoli bed real quick before we go into the greenhouse, I don't know. You tell me. I mean, the carrot patch in the front, it looks okay. It doesn't look great, but I think a little bit of warm weather is gonna bring it right back. Now this broccoli, yeah, it may be hurting. But see those back there? I think they're gonna be just fine. I mean, they're limp right now, but if we look at the leaves, there's nothing crazy going on, like total decimation on it. I mean, this leaf right here is definitely a goner, but the crown's still good. I mean, that's the thing with these plants is they're gonna look right pitiful for a while. So until we start getting warmer weather, then it's just gonna kind of, you know, they're gonna kind of struggle a little bit. But I haven't even opened the greenhouse. I have a sneak peek right now what's going on. But let's check this out too. And we'll check what the temperature was during the epic freeze of 2022. This greenhouse historically this year has been 5 degrees above outside, 4 or 5 degrees. And I'm just gonna say this, damn, it looks good. If we come in here, the onions, they didn't even get phased. This was a big test for me to see how they would do. The rutabagas, they actually grew through all of this. So that's crazy. And even the little seedlings here, these are all turnips and stuff. I mean, for the most part, the turnips look good. These are the turnips. These are beets. Yeah, they took a little bit of a beating. And then this is that yodfa I was telling you about. And I mean, I didn't even lose a single one. The carrots, I mean, now this is a good comparison from these carrots to the ones you just saw. I mean, look at the difference. You know, they're perky and big. I mean, the lettuce is good. The Brussels sprouts, no doubt about that. The chickweed's good, so you don't have to worry about that. The kale actually kind of jumped a little bit. So that's crazy. And in case you're wondering, these are some bonsai trees I had to protect that I have. This is a flowering Chinese quince, and this is a spindle tree. So I need to pull those out. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I can't believe what a few degrees can mean for your plants. Now remember this. Here's the key with this greenhouse behind me. This greenhouse here, if it gets, let's just say it gets 22 degrees at night, or let's say it got 14 degrees that night outside. So it got to 17 degrees inside, right about, and you'll be looking at the temperatures right here. And so the next day, it only got to 31 degrees outside, but in the greenhouse, it got somewhere between 40 and 50. So the pattern is it froze, but then it also rebounded and things could thaw out. And that's really important for this garden. So it wasn't really as big of a deal because during the day, the soil can warm back up and all this stuff. Now we have 50 knot winds here, or roughly 55 mile an hour winds here. And the problem with that greenhouse is when the winds blow, it blows the heat off of the greenhouse and ruins the thermal properties of it. So yes, there are some modifications to it via the water tanks that are collecting heat and just thermal heating it a little bit. And that's why I get that big jump, because if there was nothing in there, it'd be about 1 degree difference, which even still, 1 degree can mean the difference, especially when the next day it's going to warm back up. So, and I haven't opened the door at all, so it's been holding heat. I think yesterday it was 45 outside and it was 72 in the greenhouse. All right, so here's the low tunnel. The wind definitely got a hold of it, but that's quite all right. Take this bad boy off and see exactly what happened in here while we were gone. I'm curious. I don't have a thermometer in here. I'm not really interested in putting one in. I do know on a day like today, it does get particularly warm in it. I hate that the wind kind of jacked it up. And that I forgot to take a clip off. So a quick pullback. Yeah, the carrots they don't look as good as the greenhouse, but they don't look like they're hurting at all. So that's good. The collards, I mean, I didn't have much doubt in the collards, but they did pretty good. Back here, we have another patch of turnips, I believe. I mean, hell, they look pretty good too. And so if you come to the rest of the garden, so here's the broccoli we have up here. That's looking, this one in the middle looks a little pitiful, but it should perk back up, and we'll find out in the next couple days. I'll try and put a short up just showing you. So you can see here too with the cabbage what happens, and it just lays flat, but that's gonna perk right up. They don't have any damage. I mean, you can even feel it in the middle. There you have it. We have 3 ways that we protected our garden, or 2 ways we protected it. 1 way we didn't protect it at all. 14 degree weather and how it happened. It just shows the power of one, plants and nature and creation, and how amazing it is that they can survive. I mean, could you sleep out in 14-degree weather just naked like that? I couldn't. So we have that, and then what a little bit of frost protection will do is just stunning. So I hope this has helped you guys in the best manner, and just kind of reiterated that, like, yes, a little bit of frost protection can go a long way, as long as you have warming during the day to warm that soil back up. That's really important. So we'll see. Now we're going to get 4 days of rain. So that's the next hurdle. Winter is always fun. So please subscribe if you've liked this, and let us know in the comments how your gardens did. I would love to know how your garden did in this cold.